force yourself to be consistent. It sounds intense, almost like a challenge, but think about it. How many times have you started something with excitement only to let it fade away? We all have dreams, goals, and ambitions, yet the difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't talent, luck, or motivation, it's consistency. The ability to show up day after day, even when results are slow, even when no one is watching. Because motivation fades, but discipline and consistency will take you where motivation never could. If you're waiting for the perfect time, the perfect mood, or the perfect circumstances, you'll never start, and even if you do, you won't last. The truth is, success isn't about doing something once with great intensity. It's about doing it over and over, even when it's hard, even when you don't feel like it. So the real question is, are you willing to force yourself to be consistent? Because that's the price of greatness. My friends, it's truly great to see all of you here today. Let me ask you a question. How many of you feel like you're not reaching your full potential? How many of you sense that there's more you could give, achieve, or experience in life, yet something holds you back from taking consistent action? Well, I'm here to tell you that the key to unlocking that potential, the secret to making the breakthroughs you've been longing for, comes down to one simple word. It doesn't matter how talented, intelligent, or full of potential you are, if you don't cultivate the discipline to show up and put in the work day after day, you will never reach the heights you are truly capable of. And I know that's a tough truth to accept. Believe me, I've been there. There were times in my life when I was overflowing with ideas, ambition, and drive, yet I struggled to follow through. I'd start projects with enthusiasm only to lose momentum after a few weeks. I'd make bold declarations about the changes I was going to make only to fall back into familiar habits. And you know what I finally realized? The issue wasn't a lack of motivation or vision. The real problem was that I hadn't trained myself to be consistent. I hadn't developed the mental toughness and self-discipline needed to push through the inevitable challenges that come with pursuing meaningful, lasting change. But once I understood that, once I made the decision to commit to consistency no matter what, that's when everything shifted. That's when I started seeing real progress, real success, and real transformation in my life. And my friends, the same is possible for every single one of you. Consistency is the foundation of all great achievements. It's what separates those who merely talk about success from those who actually make it happen. It's the difference between the person who starts strong but fades away and the one who steadily, day by day, puts in the work and sees their dreams become reality. Consistency is what divides the winners from the rest, the successful from the stagnant, and the fulfilled from the frustrated. And the best part, consistency is a skill. It's not an inborn trait that some people have while others don't. It can be learned, developed, and strengthened, just like any other skill. No, my friends, consistency is not just a trait you're born with. It's a muscle that can be strengthened, a habit that can be cultivated, and a mindset that you can deliberately forge within yourself. But let me be honest with you, it won't be easy. Developing consistency requires sacrifice, dedication, and an unwavering commitment to your goals. It means resisting distractions, avoiding the temptation to cut corners, and refusing to take the easy way out. It means pushing through resistance, overcoming self-doubt, fighting through moments of exhaustion and discouragement, and showing up to do the work anyway. And trust me, those moments will come. Because the truth is, our nature is to seek comfort. We are wired to conserve energy, to avoid discomfort, to take the path of least resistance. So anytime we try to step outside our comfort zones to push ourselves towards something challenging, our minds will fight back. But here's the reality. If you want to achieve anything truly remarkable in life, you must be willing to do the hard work. You must push past the resistance, embrace the discomfort, and keep moving forward, even when every part of you wants to quit. Because on the other side of that effort lies something truly profound, personal growth, success, and fulfillment beyond what most people can ever imagine. But it all starts with the decision, that first step, the choice to commit to consistency. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, but I've tried before and I've failed. What makes you think I can actually do it this time? Well, my friends, let me share with you 3 key principles that I've found to be absolutely essential for building true, lasting consistency in your life. The first principle is this: you have to get crystal clear on your why. You need a deep, burning reason, a compelling purpose that drives you forward and keeps you motivated even when things get tough. Because let me tell you, without a strong enough why, your consistency will crumble like a house of cards the moment the first challenge arises. Consistency isn't just about willpower or discipline. It's about tapping into something much deeper within yourself. It's about aligning your actions with your core values, your deepest desires, and your vision for the life you want to create. When you connect your daily actions to a greater purpose, it becomes infinitely easier to keep showing up day after day, no matter what obstacles stand in your way. So I want you to take a moment and truly reflect on this. What are you really passionate about? What inspires you, drives you, and fills you with a sense of purpose? What kind of impact do you want to make, not just in your own life, but in the world around you? Get clear on that, my friends, and let it be the guiding force that keeps you moving forward, even when the path ahead feels uncertain. Now, the second key principle is accountability. One of the biggest challenges in developing consistency is how easy it is to let ourselves off the hook. We make excuses, rationalize our way out of doing the hard work, and fall back into comfortable patterns. But when you introduce accountability, when you make yourself answerable to someone or something beyond just yourself, it becomes much harder to slip back into old habits. Now, this doesn't mean you have to broadcast your goals and dreams to the entire world. In fact, I'd caution against sharing your goals too widely, because the more people you involve, the more you open yourself up to judgment, criticism, and unsolicited advice. Now, what I'm talking about is finding a small, trusted circle of people. Maybe it's a mentor, a coach, or a group of like-minded individuals who can serve as your accountability partners, your cheerleaders, and your sounding boards as you navigate this journey of consistent, disciplined action. These are the people who will call you out when you start making excuses. They'll celebrate your wins, push you forward when things get tough, and hold you to the commitments you've made, refusing to let you off the hook, no matter how much you may want to give up. And let me tell you, having that kind of support system can make all the difference in the world. Because let's be honest, building consistency is hard enough on its own. But when you try to do it alone without any external encouragement or accountability, it becomes an uphill battle that most people simply aren't equipped to win. So my friends, I want you to start thinking, who can you bring into your corner who can serve as your allies in this journey toward greater consistency and discipline? It could be a close friend, a family member, a colleague, or even a professional coach or mentor. The key is to find people who believe in you, who will champion your progress, and who will hold you to the high standards you set for yourself. And that brings us to the third and final principle, taking consistent, intentional action. Because at the end of the day, consistency isn't just a mindset or a feeling, it's a tangible, measurable set of behaviors and habits that you must cultivate over time. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but I already know I need to take action. I've tried before and it just hasn't stuck. And you're absolutely right, my friends. Simply taking action isn't enough. What you need is a rock-solid system, a daily routine, a set of habits that you can consistently rely on no matter what life throws your way. Because let's be honest, life is messy, unpredictable, and chaotic. There will always be unexpected challenges, distractions, and setbacks. And if you don't have a clear, intentional plan in place for how you're going to show up and do the work every single day, you're setting yourself up for failure. So what does this look like in practical terms? It could mean setting aside a dedicated time each day for your most important tasks and guarding that time fiercely. It might involve creating a clear step-by-step plan for reaching your goals, then breaking that plan down into smaller, manageable action steps. It can also mean building in accountability check-ins, whether with a coach, a mentor, or a trusted friend or family member. Having someone to report back to, someone who will ask the tough questions and keep you honest, can be an incredibly powerful motivator to stay on track. And let's not forget about the power of habit. When you turn consistent actions into automatic routines, that's when the real transformation begins. Because the truth is, we are all creatures of habit. If you can reach a point where doing the work feels as natural and effortless as brushing your teeth or making your morning coffee, that's when you've truly mastered the art of consistency. Now, I know what you might be thinking. That all sounds great, but how do I actually build those habits and routines? Well, my friends, let me share with you a simple 3-step process that I found to be incredibly effective. Step 1, start small. Don't try to overhaul your entire life overnight. Instead, focus on implementing just 1 or 2 new habits at a time. Maybe it's setting aside 30 minutes each morning for your most important task, or taking a 10-minute walk during your lunch break. The key is to keep it simple and manageable so you can actually stick with it. Step 2, make it easy. Eliminate as many barriers and obstacles as possible. If your goal is to read for 30 minutes before bed, keep your book or e-reader right next to your bed so you don't have to go searching for it. If you're committing to 20 minutes of exercise every day, lay out your workout clothes and shoes ahead of time so there's no excuse to skip it. Step 3, stack your habits. Look for opportunities to layer new behaviors onto existing routine. For example, if you already have a morning coffee ritual, use that as a trigger to do a quick meditation or a journal entry. If you take your dog for a walk every evening, why not use that time to listen to a motivational podcast or an audiobook. By starting small, making it easy, and stacking your habits, you create an environment that supports and reinforces your consistency, rather than one that works against you. And over time, as those habits become more ingrained, you'll find that the work doesn't feel quite as daunting or effortful. It just becomes a natural part of your daily life. But my friends, I want to be clear about something. Developing this kind of consistent, disciplined approach to your goals and dreams will not be easy. There will be setbacks. There will be times when you feel like giving up. There will be moments when the resistance feels overwhelming, and that's okay. In fact, it's to be expected, because the truth is, anything truly worth achieving in life will require you to step outside your comfort zone, confront your fears and doubts, and push through the tough times. But here's the thing, when you commit to being consistent, when you decide to show up and put in the work day in and day out, no matter what, that's when the real transformation begins. That's when you unlock a level of focus, determination, and resilience that most people never reach. Because, my friends, the rewards of that kind of consistent effort are truly life-changing. I'm talking about the kind of personal growth, success, and fulfillment that most people can only dream of. Imagine this. What would it feel like to finally achieve that goal you've been chasing for years? To experience the pride, the confidence, and the sense of empowerment that comes from knowing you had the discipline and perseverance to see it through no matter what. Imagine how it would transform your life, your relationships, and your sense of purpose and direction. And here's the best part. That kind of transformation is within your reach. All it takes is the decision to commit, to be consistent, to build the habits, to push through the resistance, and to keep showing up day after day until you cross the finish line. Now, I know that's easier said than done. Believe me, I've been there. There were times in my life when I felt like I'd never break free from my old habits. But once I made the decision to fully commit to unwavering consistency, everything started to change. And let me tell you, the results have been nothing short of extraordinary. I've accomplished goals and reached milestones I once thought were impossible. I built businesses, authored books, traveled the world, and had the privilege of inspiring and impacting countless individuals along the way. And do you know what the common thread has been? Consistency. The ability to show up every single day to put in the hard work, even when every part of me wanted to quit. That, my friends, is the secret, the foundation upon which all true and lasting success is built. So let me ask you again, are you ready to commit to consistency? Are you ready to make the decision right here and now to stop letting excuses and distractions hold you back, to finally take intentional, disciplined action toward your biggest dreams and goals? Because let me tell you, the world needs more people like you. The world needs driven individuals willing to push past resistance, embrace discomfort, and do the hard work required to create meaningful, lasting change. And yes, I know it won't be easy. There will be moments when you feel like giving up, when the obstacles seem overwhelming. But I also know that if you dig deep, if you tap into that wellspring of passion and purpose within you, you have the power to overcome anything. So let's make a pact right here, right now. Let's commit to forcing ourselves to be consistent, no matter what. Let's hold each other accountable, uplift and encourage one another, and prove to the world what's possible when a group of determined individuals unites in pursuit of a common goal. Because here's the truth. The only limits we face are the ones we place on ourselves. And when we break free from those self-imposed barriers, when we commit to unwavering consistency, that's when true transformation happens. So I ask you one final time, are you ready? Ready to step into your power, unlock your full potential, and create the kind of life you've only ever dreamed of? Then let's get to work. The future is ours for the taking.